Okie dokie. All right. Welcome, Daniela. Welcome, Astrid and Irene. Welcome, everyone. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Oh,
All right. Welcome, Daniela. Welcome, Astrid and Irene.
pause. Okay, perfect. Okay, and we're back. Okie doke. All right, so we're gonna get started. I want to welcome everyone today. If you guys are brand new on today, welcome to the team. Welcome to our three team, or we're a team that's a part of three international. And our team name is called Legacy Makers, and that's exactly what we're here to do, is help you be able to create a side income or a full-time income if you like, where you guys are earning additional income by promoting really great health and wellness products and helping people just be happier and healthier. So that's kind of my motto. People kind of laugh at me still, but it's true. All I care about is people being happier and healthier. After 16 years of being full-time in this industry, that's really what it deduces down to. So we're going to go through a bunch of, kind of how to today, as far as how to. But the first thing I would ask you is, why did you say yes to three? Why did you say yes to be a part of what we're doing, right? And the reason I like to start with that why question is some of you guys might be on here, and I would say 90% of the time people come on and they say, well, I just really got excited about the products, right? I really wanted to try the products. I saw how great they were. I saw the science behind them. I saw my friends having results. That's why I said yes. So if that's you, that's perfect. You are in the best place and you're in the right place for this call as well. If you also came on because you could get excited about earning additional income, then that would be appropriate for you to be here too. Okay. Because we're going to talk about how to earn income as well. Okie doke. So let me share my screen. We when we first started three, I put together this website as quickly as I possibly could because we had so many people that had just come together so quickly. So there's still some things that need to be updated, but for the most part, the system is tried and true. The system that I'm about to run you through or walk you through and show you where it's at has helped over 42 people become self-made millionaires. So I would ask you, why not you? Right? Why not me? If I really dove in, if I really applied myself, if you decided to learn this almost as a career path as well, like a side hustle career path, you're probably going to do really well. Now, if you take it on like, I want to become a professional networker, then absolutely you're going to take this more seriously and you're probably going to get through all the steps and you're going to do it right. Okay. And so my goal is to help you do it right and as efficiently as possible today. All right. So I'm going to share my desktop with you. The website that we go to is like the letter R, legacymakers.com. When you arrive here, you land directly on the Getting Started page. The Getting Started page welcomes you to the team. And then it talks about going through these series of steps. The first part on this welcome page isn't like the full business training, it's just a series of things that we would like you to take to do, a to-do list rather, so that you can stay connected to the team. So it just helps orient yourself. This first one, if you click on it, this is the welcome letter. We'll read through this together real quickly. So I'll be welcoming you as a new brand ambassador if you haven't been sent this. You should have been emailed this by the person that enrolled you, your sponsor, or the person that brought you into three. Should have emailed this to you along with your username and password to access your website and your three international app. But if not, this is what it would have said. Your decision to join this new venture, Three International, as a brand ambassador with us makes my heart sing. I trust it does yours too. The message is to welcome you and help you. This message is to welcome you and help you orient yourself for success, however you define that for yourself, right? Whatever you do, stay plugged in for best results. And that's just like anything, right? It's like if you signed up for, 12 days of yoga classes and only showed up to one, you want to really plug in, okay? You get the max benefit when you plug in. So let's start with the basics of getting connected. First, you're going to download the Three International app. And so we'll walk you through that in a second as well. But you just go to your app store, you put in Three International. Some of it says Three International, some says Three International 2.0, depending on an Android or your Apple phone. And you'll join by using your username and password that you set up either yourself or with the person that enrolled you. And then you want to join our Shout group, which is the next step, and we'll talk about that in a moment. It's a QR code below. You're going to log into your three back office. We're going to follow some basic instructions on just setting up your profile. And you're going to bookmark this website, the Legacy Makers website, and also bookmark the team calendar on CalendarWhiz. So these are just like the first 5 steps, and then the rest of the letter kind of walks you through how to do that. So the first part is that the Three International app is the easiest thing to do. That's why it's at the top and in bolded. The next one is to become a part of our Shout community. So you can scan the QR code right here, or you can use this hyperlink, and I will put that in the chat as well. And all that is you'll see a community. It says if you're already a part of it, it says Empower, Elevate, Evolve, Community, and Shout. And if you've been added already by your sponsor, then please engage, okay? Because some of you might have already. The next part is your back office and what this does. And so we'll log into that in just a moment. But so I'm going to take the time to actually step back from this document and go back to the welcome page. And I'm going to stop sharing for a second. And we're going to start by actually, instead of doing the three, this is the three app. So when you go in here, you're going to see that you're on our wall. You would click in either here, App Store or Google Play. So I'm going to send this to you guys in the chat right now. So if you're brand new, this is something you can bookmark as well. With our company, Three International, very similar to our team website, the wall, we call it the wall, is where everything's posted. Everything's posted to the wall, okay? So this is where the app is as well. All right, let me stop share for just one moment. This is the wall. You can bookmark this, and this is also your to download the app. Okay. All right. The reason we want you to download the app is because the app is free, basically, and it has so many great resources. And literally, when we go into the how-to of this business, you're going to see that I pretty much sending links from my app all day long. Okay. People are like, "What do you do for work?" I'm like, I send links to people and I follow up. Like that's pretty much what I do all day. So you're going to get really good at using your Three International app. So in the chat, you're able to access that now. Okay, let's go back. The next one we're going to get access to is we're going to come back here. And this is the short link to join our team communications shout. And there is some activity in there, and mostly I use it for quick resources, for quick links for the team, different from your app. But it's up to you how you want to use it. We definitely put announcements and updates in there. So this one is going to be team comms. Okay. It's kind of like it's not like Slack, but I mean, if anyone's ever used Slack, it's going to connect you in that same way to the team where there's going to be content and, information updates, recognition, all of that stuff that goes out in there, as well as our Facebook page. So let me take one quick sip here. I've got my protein and my coffee together. So, mhm. All right. So team communications link has been sent to you. Let's share again. All righty. We're going back. Okay, so through the welcome letter. Okay, now it's talking about logging into your back office and setting up your profile, adding your headshot, finding your QR code, which is your quick link. It's a hyperlink. Under business, we're going to go over team and a little bit of tools for documents and media. Although the app that you would have downloaded, the phone version of the app, has so many tools and resources right there on it. Okay, so let me get in here. We're going to go to 3international.com. So let me put this in here for you all as well. This is how you access what we call your back office. So in other words, back office, front office is like just the regular website, right? But your back office is a unique access point that you're going to sign into that is going to allow you to be able to have additional tools and resources to run your three organization and business appropriately. So that's your back office. Let me dive in here. All right. And we are going to log into office.iii.earth. And I'm going to show you just a dummy account, basically. Okay. Like if you're brand new and you're just getting started, you would log in with your username and password. Usually first name, last name is what I do. And then for password, I usually do like 32025 with a capital T, or it could be healthy one with a number one and a capital H. I when I enroll people personally, I like to set up their username and password because then that way, when I do this walkthrough process or this onboarding process with them, I'm able to help them access their account quite quickly. And then we can go in and they can change their passwords later and anything else they want. So, for example, if we were to come in here to orient ourselves, you can see here's Jen's page. All right, here's the back office. All right, this is welcome to your back office is what it says. You would edit this with the little crayon or the little pencil. You'd come in and you can see she's can see her ID number, her, email, all of that cool stuff, right? She would edit this photo. She would just click here and hit edit, and she could choose a picture or an image, whatever that looks like. Okay, she would pick a photo of herself and embed it there. And then, oops, how do I get out of here? Mm, oh, I have too many. Oh, cancel. There we go. Okay. And then you would upload it and you would add a beautiful picture of yourself. And that's fun because when you get recognized for advancing in the company, they usually use this picture up on the big screen and stuff like that, and for the Facebook or social media recognition. So you'll want to set that up. Okay, the next thing that you want to do is you want to notate that this is your unique selling code. Okay, you can embed this on any type of documents and media if you want to create business cards, if you want to buy cards through the company's swag store, you can. If you want to use any of those things. I will, however, share with you the difference between these links. This one says this is the marketing site, right? This is your general site. If you were to just send somebody to your site and you wanted them to receive both product and business information, you would send them to the marketing site. If you wanted to enroll a customer, that looks a little bit different from a brand ambassador. So, however you decided to come on board, if you're here, you're most likely a brand ambassador, but you could be a customer too. A customer is somebody who doesn't participate in the larger ways that we earn income, and you're paying full price for the products. So that way, if you were to share this, you could hit this share button, copy link, email, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. This case, we could just click on it. This is what her customer page looks like if she wanted to enroll a customer. So what it looks like is this, it's just products, okay? When you scroll down, it shows all of the different products that we offer, and each one of these is its own sales funnel. So for example, if you were to click the kinetic, okay, coming in here, it's going to share what is this for, hydrations, brain support, and clean energy. It's going to list off the retail price point as well as the Smart Ship. Remember, Smart Ship is kind of like subscribe and save. So it's like Amazon subscribe and save, right? So it just hits your account every 4 weeks and you earn a commission. Same thing, it's going to talk to you about the 30-day money back guarantee, right? It's going to go down, it's going to give all the supporting materials, including a video by Dr. Dan. So each product has its own sales funnel on the customer page, and then it upsells them on additional products as well. Okay, so if you wanted somebody to order, you could literally just hyperlink the link at the top here, like that, highlight it, copy, send it, or you could send it from your app on your phone, and it's going to take them into here where they'll open their customer account. All right, now if we go back, oh, it's not going to let me go back until I do this. If we go back here, okay, the difference between that and the brand ambassador site looks like this. See, they go straight into becoming a brand ambassador, paying their $30. They would open their account information here, hit join now as a member, right? And then it would take them into the different products that they could purchase and the different packages, right? So here they're talking about packages of products where on the customer page, it's just one product they're adding at a time to the cart. So you can create custom carts where people are able to purchase more than one product that you've specifically, maybe you were in line at the Starbucks or something, and you were talking to them about 3 products you love, right? Maybe they were complaining about not being focused, having, not enough nutrition in their day. They don't have time to eat well, or, things like that. And they struggle with inflammation. Well, you actually can come over to this order section. We're going to pop over here for a second, okay? To where on this tab, this home is where we're at right now. My business is where your more team information is. Tools is where you can find more documents and media and social media assets. Orders is where you can order products a la carte yourself, as well as set up your recurring smart ship, as well as order prepaid smart ship, order history, recommended cart. Okay. Settings, this is again account profile, placement settings for where people take place in the tree, your marketing site settings. Support is for you to be able to contact support, and then inbox, you'll have messages from 3. Okay, if we come over to orders and you wanted to create a cart for somebody, you would come in here and you would, I'm going to click edit on here. You would name this cart. Okay, you would make it available in all 3 areas, and then you would pick the products that you think that people are going to use the most. Okay, so in this example, we have here 1 Visage serum, 1 creme caviar, 1 Eternal, 1 Purify, 1 collagen, and 1 kinetic, and then we would save that cart. And so if I were to share that, it looks like this. Okay. So now instead of sending just the customer link, you can see here it's got my customer ID plus the customer cart number. I would copy and paste that, and it would send them just those products to look at. Okay. So that might have been TMI for some of you guys, but just know that it's there. You don't have to just send the product link and just the brand ambassador link. You can create a specific product pack for people. We do have a lot of health professionals who do this. Why would that be of benefit to a health professional? Let's say you're working with a physical therapist and they're like, I only want to talk about anti-inflammatory products. I want a specific anti-inflammatory cart, a specific gut health cart, and then one that has a general overview or something, right? So you could create 3 of those and then embed those links. All right, coming back here, this is my business. The most important one on here, I would say, is getting your 3 wallet set up, how to enroll customer brand ambassador from your back office right there, same as that other link, and then team info. So the team info is a drop down and it shows kind of like how many people you will have enrolled. Now, if you're brand new, you're not going to see anything yet, right? But it also can show this. It can show your recent orders, your personal information, your sites. It'll go through all of those things. Who's your enroller, right? Okay, who's your enroller? What's your rank, right? How close are you to your rank? I like this dial because it lists and it shows you like what view your rank requirements. So let's say you're like, I want to be a 6-figure income earner. Okay, so if you want to be a 6-figure income earner, we want to get you to elite as fast as possible. And it's going to show you what you require. You must be a brand ambassador with your account set up with 60 PV. You must be in good standing. In other words, you must be ordering at least 60 CV per month. Have 1 person on your left, 1 person on your right. Have 3,600 PGV, 900 from left, 900 from right, and 100 cycles earned in a 3-week period. Okay, so it tells you exactly what to do. So I follow this dial when I'm working with people more individually and one-on-one. We'll do a call. We'll do like a check-in, a weekly check-in. I will open up their back office with them and we'll go through what's required next and how I can help support them in continuing to build a large team. So that's that. The next one here, you'll see visual tree. This will be a visual tree, okay, of what's going on here. So this shows kind of the volume that's built up, how many people are underneath them. And this is showing what we call spillover. So spillover is when you have people from the top that are enrolling people, but because we're a binary compensation plan, meaning we only build 2 legs, and you can see here she only has 2 legs to build, far left, far right. What do we build? We always build far left, far right. Okay, so here she already has people who've spilled over underneath her that she didn't even enroll, that she could be getting paid on if she also put 1 on her left and 1 on her right. Okay, so that's the binary tree, and these numbers get really important once you get started. There's a report center in here that you can pull different types of reports, custom reports, things like that, where it'll pull down, it'll show you like, okay, how many customers do I have, right? And it'll pull your customer report. So it's super accessible to be able to build a big business. And as you guys move forward, I want you to understand how calculatable this is. And so if there's not a report, if there's a report that you're looking for that's not there, let me know. But for the most part, there's so many ways that you can be like really aggressive with building a big income by following the reports and following the numbers in the back office. Alrighty, over here in documents and media, this is going to take you to several different documents that we have that can be shared and used. A product fact sheet. I love this one, the 3 product fact sheet, because it shows all of the 3's products. And then they're still adding the kinetic right now. But this is a great one to send to people because even though I know a lot about the science of the products, I really don't try to talk about it too much. I mean, in a presentation, you see me doing more than I would if I was sitting in front of somebody. I usually let the tools do the talking. So you don't, I always say, don't be a fool, use a tool because it's faster for you and it's more beneficial for them because you're going to find out how serious they are about wanting to learn more and self-educate themselves on three. That's how you know you have a leader and a builder is because they are doing the work to self-educate themselves on the products in the business. Okay, so as far as tools go, there's that prospect manager. This is a tool that you'll find it actually you can add contacts in here and it helps you like save like who you've talked to, things like that. But I like to use the three app, the phone app for this. And they do talk to each other once you get going. Okay, the social media assets. This goes to our asset library. Some people are like, oh, I want to create this beautiful graphic or I need social media content. I need posts for social media. Well, we have it for every single product and more. Like we have like lots of different information, little videos, little things that you can share to LinkedIn and YouTube and I'm sorry, LinkedIn and Instagram and Facebook. But if you come in here and click like this, for example, it's going to take you to the asset library where you can download really pretty pictures of things, different types of graphics. So there's really, this business really is plug and play. Like you shouldn't be overthinking it too much. It's pretty simple, actually. We share information with people. We present basically to people by sharing information with them, and then we see what they liked and follow up and enroll them. That's about it. Okay, under settings, I will go over this real quickly. Making sure the settings, there's this one that says placement. See where it says automatically place new team members in my dot dot, all right, colon, lesser leg. This is the leg that needs the most volume for you to be able to earn more income, or bottom left, bottom right. So let's say I need to enroll somebody bottom left. I would just notate that here. It says placement preferences updated. I would go back over to my business and I would enroll the brand ambassador using that link. Okay. Now, if I wanted to place them right, of course, I would place the right leg. I'd go back and now I'm ready to enroll the brand ambassador on the right. So that is where you find placement for your business. Lesser leg is where you want to toggle off once you have your two. So once you have your 2 to 3, and you guys are going to play with this a lot, but just know that it's there for a reason. The lesser leg just makes it easy. Like if you have one blown out leg or you have power up points on one leg, you just need to toggle it off to the lesser leg so that every time you enroll somebody or send a link to somebody, should they potentially order, it's going to go on the place that the leg that you want them to go. Alrighty. Um, okay, my business 3 wallet. Last but not least, do you want to get paid? So what I would do is you need to set this up. It's going to be, for the most part, set up. You need to go in and put your information in. If you're under a business name, it will ask for additional documentation, but you'll verify your address, send an identification, and it'll create a transaction PIN number so that you can do real-time transfers into your bank account, or they'll set up a prepaid smart chip card, or sorry, not smart chip, but a prepaid card where they're loading money onto. Okay, you'll review it and then you'll go from there. This video is right here if you need to learn how to set up your e-wallet. This is what I highly recommend you watch first, and then you go through the steps to make sure that you are going to get paid. Alrighty? Okay, any questions about the back office before we dive into the team site, like the actual how-to of how to build the business? This was more like a orient yourself for success. Any questions about that? No? Yay. Okay. All right. You guys are good. All right. So that's the first part. Okay. The next thing we're going to dive into is actually the app on your phone. Does everyone here know how to send a tool from their app? Okay. If you're brand new, what I want you to do is at this time, at this juncture, where it says up here, where I put in there, wall, download the app, and it goes into the 3 International app, you're going to click that, make sure your app is downloaded. All right. Now, let me see if I can do what George did yesterday, if I can screen share to my own computer. All right, let me get in here. Oop, oop, oop. Ah, here we go. Okay, and mirror. That's my record button. Hold on, let me see. Do, 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 do. Um, hmm. Does anyone know exactly where it's at on my, let me see. Home. No. Oh. Totally what's about settings. Okay, hello, settings. Okay, gosh. Um, let's see, control center. No, this is so weird. I can totally do it. It's fine. I don't want to confuse you by showing you the desktop version of the app. I can show you the desktop version of the app, but um it looks different than I might have to do like a whole setup. I might have to do this later. It shouldn't be that difficult, but I'm not finding the things that I need as far as sharing to my device. Hmm, let me see. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was a fun thought. I just took a lot of time. Hopefully, you took a drink of water or a sip of something while you watched me try to figure that out. I will show you a little bit of the desktop version of the app. So you have the app that is on your phone, and you also have a desktop version of this app. Okay. So let's get back here. So I use both. Okay. It's 3-app.com. Let me get this in here and copy and paste this for you real quick. This is the desktop version. Okay. Oh, did I post it in there? Desktop version. Paste. Okay. There's the desktop version. Okay. Share. All right. This is what it looks like. Now, very different from the phone, right? But the login is still the same. Login is still the same. I don't know whose account I'm logging into, but I'm logging into someone's account. All right. So when we get in here, this is what it looks like. It's got content and media. You can upload all your contacts. Now, I highly recommend you upload the contacts to your phone first. If you looking down at the bottom, it says tools on one side. On the other side, it's got three little dots. You click the three dots. It says contacts. You want to sync your entire phone contacts so that it automatically appears here as well. Okay. So you would do that, but you can create custom presentations in here that actually show up on your website. So, for example, if we were to view this presentation that this gal made, it has Dr. Dan on the 3 pillars of health video. It has Dr. Dan on all products, Dr. Dan on epigenetics, and a PDF on the product usage guide. This is something that she shares. They can still request more information from her, and they can also order directly from here as well. If she were to send this to a prospect or somebody who's taking a look, okay? That's what it looks like. So if she were to come back, if you heart this and check mark this, now this is going to appear on her phone app to be sent from her phone. Now, the cool part about having this in your phone on the app is that these you can do something called trackable links. So with the trackable links, sorry, my phone's not recognizing it. It is going to send you a reminder or a notification that when that person has actually taken a look at that tool or taken a look at that presentation. So it's a little bit different. So in my phone, I've got favorites, hot content, business building, my carts, add new media. There's 2 versions of the app. By the way, there's the free version that everybody gets, and you can upgrade into something called Pulse. But it's not really necessary until you're at least a 3 star, because at that point you're like really sending a lot of material. So if we come into my business and you go in, you guys, I'm sorry, not my business, more contacts up at the top, there'll be a download section. You'll hit the download section and you'll sync all of your contacts, import all contacts from device. Yes, let it do that. And then you can practice sending tools and materials. So you'll see, gosh, I want to be able to share this with you because the desktop version is just not the same. Let me see if I can try one more thing. Okay, let me try one more thing. Alrighty. Um, okay. Um, no. Hmm. Well, it's just not as cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see. Let me go back into here. It shouldn't be this difficult. General, um, AirPlay. Let me see. Automatic AirPlay. Can go. No. Mm. Well, let me try this way. Okay. Screen mirror, screen mirror. Oh, it's pulling somebody else's phone, but not mine. This is fun. Okay, so I am just gonna not. All right, this would be an important part. Make sure that you get with the person who invited you on here and they teach you how to send a link from your phone, and you guys can send one to them and they can send one back to you so that you know kind of what that looks like and how that link is trackable. But that's pretty much all we do all day is I send links from my app to people, including that general product overview is one of the first things that I actually do. Does anyone want me to go through the desktop version of setting up that presentation, or are you guys good with that? Everyone's asleep. They're like, hello. You guys good with, do you guys know how to set up the presentation on the desktop? Yes? Okay, Janet's saying yes.
It's okay.
Wait, what's that? I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant like you don't have to do that.
Oh, okay. All right. What? I'm like, what? Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. All right. So if you guys are all familiar with that, then we don't need to do that. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So let's get back here then. We are going to, I know you guys are like, this is a lot of how to. Well, just little things to set up. Okay. To know where they're at. All right. Coming back here, we're going to go back to our site. Okay, and we're going to go back to our legacy makers. Okay, and we're going to talk about what the next steps are. So we pretty much went through all of this together just now. Like we did Welcome, SmartShip 3 app. I gave you a back office tour. I showed you where to set up your 3 wallet. This is just a product education tab. If you click on it, it's got all of the products all in one place with all the clinical dossiers. This is just like a for you page, like, you know, so you can understand the products better. We have our team calendar down here, which is super important. So this team calendar, if you come in here, it's going to tell you everything that's going on in our team for the week and not in our team as well. So the green ones are basically our larger group that we plug into, our Spark Global group. Spanish calls every Wednesday night. Over here, you're on this right now. You're on the 10 a.m. launch, the basics, every morning at 9:30 a.m. This is all in Central Time. 9:30 a.m. Central Time. We do a mastermind morning huddle, which is amazing. And every Thursday night, we do our own team opportunity Zoom that you can invite people to. And we usually rotate between leaders that are like, they're really great presenters to do that. This Wellness Redefined is our Asia Pacific call that happens every Friday because it's Saturday morning in Asia Pacific. So those are those. So the calendar is important. Now, if you're wanting to jump onto this morning huddle, you could also just click on this right here. See how it's hyperlinked? It's hyperlinked to this Zoom. So this is the same Zoom for that. If you're wanting to get on a global Zoom, that would be the ones in green right here. Okay. All you'd have to do is click on that link or click here to join the meeting, and it's already hyperlinked to that Zoom. All right. So that is the team calendar, and I'll put this in here for you guys so that you can have that embedded as well. So here is the team calendar. And I feel like some people are like, it wasn't on the calendar. Yes, there's going to be some things that are on there and some things that aren't. Just make sure you have access to it is the most important piece, is that you know what's coming when it's coming. Okay. All righty. Now let's go back here. Okay, business training. Okay, so now we're going to get into what I consider an exciting part. Okay, this is our elite mentorship training. What happens is in this 5-step recruiting system, we're going to teach you actually how to launch your business. All right. So when we go through here, we want to make sure you follow the 5-point recruiting system because it's tried and true and it works. Okay. So you've established your goal first. Why did you say yes to this opportunity? Like I said before, 90% of the time people say yes because of the products. And then I would say the other 10% are saying yes because they want to build a business. They want to earn income. So if that's you, then decide how much money you want to earn, right? Do you want to earn an extra 500 bucks a month? Do you want to get your products paid for? Do you want to earn an extra 10,000 or better in additional income per month? You get to decide. The choice is yours. But what I would say is either way, the path is the same. The path is the same. So we want to start by sort of orienting ourselves, right? Reading, downloading, printing, and reviewing some of the information, the material, so that you can get through what we call getting into a DMO, a daily method of operations for yourself. So you can track your progress and you can complete all 5 steps within the first 24 to 48 hours after enrolling. Why within 24 to 48 hours? Because we need to get you in activity and in action so you can start planting seeds to get the fruit of your labors to be able to really get going. And you want to use your upline mentor. So the person who invited you into 3, if they are actively moving, then they're going to help you take action through these daily steps as well. If they're not actively building, then you need to go up. You need to ask them who enrolled you and who enrolled you. Who is your highest ranking, I would say 3-star elite or above. Okay, that's the person that knows how to build a business, and they're going to take a deep dive with you to help you get oriented. Okay, so this 5-point recruiting system is designed to help you get organized and start sharing both the products and the business. So even if you're somebody who came in because you love the products and you're not necessarily interested in building a huge business, you still want to be able to know how to share the products appropriately, right? And so what we found is that people who complete this, it's a foundation for success versus those who do not complete this process. All right, so the first goal is to become what we call a QBA, a qualified brand ambassador. And remember that dial that was in the back office that I showed you? I said, hey, do you want to get to a 6-figure income? And we toggled it off to that position called 3-star elite, and it pulled down what we needed to do. Well, the first step for all of that is becoming a qualified brand ambassador. So right now you're a brand ambassador. You paid $30, you're a member. What's the difference between a brand ambassador and qualified brand ambassador? Qualified is somebody who's shared it with at least 2 people. They have 2 people who come on board just like they did. You have 2 people who onboard with you, one left, one right, that come in with a minimum of 100 CV. In other words, the minimum of an intro pack into our company, and they're on SmartShip. Their account is on SmartShip. So some would say that those 2 first positions in your organization are actually considered to be prime real estate, right? So you might want to enroll some people that you know, like, and trust in those 2 top spots in your organization. Why? Because you can help manage and mitigate orders so that you're consistently getting paid. So what I did, and now this is a tip and you don't have to do this, but what I did is when I first came on board, I put my husband on one leg and I put my children on the other. And why is that? I'm sorry, I put my husband and my children on one leg. I try to keep family together that way. And then my mom and my siblings on the other. Now, why would I do that? I did that so that I never have to worry about being qualified and commissionable. Qualified means you're earning commissions. You're qualified to earn commissions. Just with 2 people, you're qualified to earn up to $27,000 per week. So I want to make sure I'm always what? Qualified and commissionable. So I put people that I knew were going to order products or that I would be placing orders on them to flow for me to get paid on again anyways, right? And I put those 2 people in those top spots. So that once you're QBA, right, you're going to help you're going to help enroll your first 2 brand ambassadors, one on the left team and one on the right team, or a minimum with an intro pack or better within your first 72 hours or less. The team standard is 72 hours, really 24 to 48. I try to help you get 2 people within the first 24 to 48 hours so that you're already qualified and you're starting to earn commissions. So we're going to use by taking action, we're going to use the 5-point recruiting system. You're like, okay, can I just call up my mom and say, hey, I've started a new business and I want your support? Yeah, I pretty much did that. You can do that too, but she still wanted to see some information, right? So what I did is I went in and I literally told her what I was doing. She knew what I was capable of. She knew that I was serious about getting going with it. And so that's what we did. So the first part about understanding our quote compensation plan is that you must be a qualified brand ambassador to earn all the ways that we earn. Unlimited commissions. Okay, pretty much. Like we don't have legs here. So like we have legs, I'm sorry, we don't have levels. So unlimited commissions. Okay, so how do we do that? The first thing you want to do is create your names list. Okay, so you want to write out at least 100 names of people. The reason we say 100, and I've been saying this for years, but the reason we say 100 names is because 10%, how much? 10% will say yes to taking a look. So if you go through 100 names, how many people is that really that might really fully be engaged and fully be on board with you? 10, right? 10 out of 100. So that's kind of a big deal. So you want to be actively recruiting or actively working to recruit what we call through a project 100. So I start with my cell phone. I just go straight through my cell phone and I'm looking for people like this. Who do you know, right? My mother, my father, my aunts, my nieces. Now, if you don't want to bug them, don't, right? Who else do you know, right? Who's ambitious? Who's enthusiastic? Who's entrepreneurial? Who's business minded? Who's health oriented? Who's a single mom or dad, right? That's how I started as a single mom, right? Who's been in network marketing before? You want to use this. Who do you know? And you want to go through your cell phone or your social media and you want to write down as many names as you possibly can on here because your goal is to get your board of directors. It's to get your top 10 board of directors. Okay, right here. Out of this 100, okay, this is actually 50. You'll print 2 of these, but out of those, okay, you will have 10 people who are actively ready to promote or at least become qualified brand ambassador in 3. So you want to print this out, use this as a guide, and you want to print that out. Okay, so this is, again, it's off the Our Legacy Makers website. All right, let me pull this down real quick. That's Project 100. The next one is you need to know what to say. How do you share your story appropriately, right? Well, you need to have at least a 30-second crafted story. Now, I don't want you to sound crafted, but I want you to be prepared. And the biggest thing I hear people say to me all the time is, I don't know what to say. Oh, I'm super excited about this, but I don't know what to say. It's because your upline leader has not helped you craft a 30-second pitch or a story to help get people excited. So if you're on here, let's help you do that. You're going to print this out and you're going to create a compelling 30-second story, right? So it's always where you were before, what happened when you joined 3, and where you see yourself going. That is the basis for a good 30-second story. So they're going to walk you through that. Before I found 3, I was feeling stuck in my 9-to-5 job, constantly worrying about money. I struggled with low energy and couldn't keep up with my kids, right? You want to be real, like what really was going on for you. The second part is, since I started 3, I've been able to leave my corporate job and replace my income, or after just 2 weeks of using Kinetic, my energy skyrocketed and I've never felt better. All right. You want to highlight the benefits. The benefits. Where do you see yourself going? I'm building a business that allows me to travel the world while helping others achieve their dreams. Maybe it's my goal is to create a legacy of financial freedom for my family and inspire others to do the same. Now I'm helping others be happier and healthier with both products and additional income from the comfort of their home. That's a great one right there. You want to make it aspirational, but believable. So what you'll do is you'll put all 3 pieces of that story together and you'll write it out. You'll get really good. Also, if you guys are familiar with ChatGPT, you can put your story into ChatGPT and say, help me create a compelling 30-second pitch, right? And it'll help you do the same thing using the before, what happened when I got started, where I see myself going method. So before I found 3, I was working long hours, feeling exhausted and barely making ends meet. When I started using Kinetic, my energy levels transformed and I discovered a business that replaced my income within a year. Now, it might not do that, right? But you could also future pace that. I discovered that I could replace my income within a year. Now I'm building a life where I can work from home anywhere and I help others achieve their dreams too. Could you see yourself doing something like this, right? See how they're ending with a question? Because this is what you're going to call and share with the people on your list. So if I've got Kimberly and Janet and Colleen and Kellyanne and Melissa all on my list, I'm not just sitting there staring at it going, let me send them a quick tool from my app. No, they have to know why I'm doing this. People don't join just because they're joining you, right? That you're the it factor. So you want to come in there and you want to share why you got excited, right? Before I found 3, I was constantly struggling with, my overall skin and my confidence. When I started using the Visage skincare line, I noticed a dramatic improvement within just a few weeks of my skin cleared up and I felt more confident than ever. Now I'm passionate about sharing these results and helping others experience the same transformation. Have you ever tried something like this before? Now there's a reason, right? Because a lot of times when I'm reaching out, and you're going to see this in a second, but when I'm reaching out, it's with the intent to share my personal experience and then guide them to information that I think they'd be interested in based on our conversation. So when we go into connecting and inviting, you're going to see that I have like 1,001 scripts that I've used throughout my 16 years in this industry that have helped me develop a 6- and 7-figure income. Don't try to reinvent the wheel, okay? In other words, use the quick talking points. Use the scripts for life for asking questions and communicating. Use the virtual launch script for inviting people onto that next event. But they also need to know why you're doing it. So that's the purpose of developing your story, right? So let's say I'm inviting somebody onto Thursday night's launch. Hi, name. Hope you're doing well. I'm reaching out because I recently partnered with a new proactive wellness company and I'm building a global distribution center. Is that still you kind of sharing your story? Yeah, it's the simplest way. If you have one better, embed it there, right? I think you're the perfect person to take a look at what I'm doing now because, you've always been into health, cutting edge health and wellness, or you have a great business mind, etc. I'm hosting an online showcase with my mentor on Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Zoom. Come as you are. If I sent you a link to listen in, would you be open to taking a look for me? Right? This is the fastest way to get eyeballs onto our opportunity is by inviting them to onto one of the calls for them to take a look. Now, see how this is in a microphone mode? Okay, it's because I actually is if I like to I definitely need to pick up the phone and call people. But sometimes people are screening phone calls right now. Yes? Are you one of them? Probably. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to send a voice message via text where you're holding down the audio or you're holding down the microphone and they're hearing your voice. Why is that just as good as phone call right now? Because they can understand your intent. It's not just a whole bunch of mumble jumbled words on a thing that they have to read through or da, da, da. No, they want to hear your intent. Okay, what's the intention? What do they need from me? If I haven't heard from Colleen in 10 years and she's reaching out to me, what is it that Colleen wants and why me? Right? What's in it for me? I think you're the perfect person to take a look at what I'm doing now because I see that you are a Pilates instructor, or I see that you recently lost your job, or I see that you just be honest, right? Why did you think about them? Okay. And then you want to dive in and you would. So you want to invite as many people as you can. I always say if you can invite 10 people per day, you'll probably have 1 to 2 people on a call each week because not everybody's going to what? Not everyone's going to see it right away. Not everyone's going to get back to you right away. So the more you're inviting, okay, that's the more seeds that you are planting in your 3 business. All right. So that's that. Okay, so that script is there. I like to use the virtual launch script because we have launch events going on every single week. I like to get them into that launch mode really quickly because why? I know I don't have a real lead or a real seed planted until they have seen an entire presentation. Not just a link about one of the products I thought was cool, not just a quick little voice message about why I'm so excited. No, I need them to put eyes on this so I can count them as somebody who has actually taken a look. I can put them into my funnel system, right? I put them into my following up. Okay, because I know they've seen a piece of information, and then I'll find creative ways to follow up. You can use these other things too. Here's how to do a 3-way call with your upline. If you're a doctor, health professional, how to talk to other patients or clients. If you want to talk to doctors, health professional script. If you want to just kind of seize the day, have an overall basic understanding of how this works, that's a great one. If you want to approach somebody with the business, that's great. If you need to know how to close somebody, this is your follow-up script. Really? Yeah. I mean, it's like, what did you like? What else did you like? Do you see yourself, what do you see 3 doing for you in your life right now? That's a whole different ball game there. Quick talking points is just quick talking points about the company. In 18 months, we did over 100 million. We've opened in 15, it's 14. That's a type of 14 countries. We're the fastest growing team in 3, right? And you can join us. This is true. We are the fastest growing team in 3. Consider yourself lucky, right? To be on this call and in this training because this is your team and your team is the fastest growing in the company. We offer turnkey business systems. Yes, we do. Here we are going over it right now. Who's Dr. Dan? Who's Daniel Piku? What is People Purpose Platform, right? Or what does 3 stand for? All that good stuff, you guys, is in there. Okay. Alrighty. So we're going to come back here and we're going to come back to Elite Mentorship. This is that quick talking points. It's the same thing here. Just I feel like sometimes if you don't know what to say, you won't say anything at all. So I like you to have some of those quick talking points like as tools in your verbiage as you're communicating and connecting with people so that you can help people understand why you're doing this, why you're so passionate. This is a daily method of operations. So remember I talked about getting into a DMO at a minimum. This is like the bare minimum. This is you scraping the bottom of the barrel to make your business work. Normally I say 10 per day. Okay. But here's 3. Can you do 3? Can you connect with 3 people today? Can you invite 3 people to do a presentation or do 3 presentations today? You could probably invite all 3 people onto one Zoom and knock that one out, right? Kill 3 birds with one stone. And then 3 follow-ups. This is what you want to get into. So you could print this out, but we do have other tracking forms that I think are really good, like this roadmap to 3-star. If you come in here, it's going to show you all of the tracking forms that we offer. Some of the teams use this. That's why we added it on there. I like the level up your success. This is going to go through at least 30. The reason I like tracker form 30, my friends, is if you're brand new and you've never done anything like this before in your entire life, this is the form for you because you need 5 people to enroll on your team because you need 2 to become a qualified brand ambassador, 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and you want some additional orders coming in. So if you ask 30 people to join a Zoom to take a look or take a look at even a pre-recorded Zoom, 15 will say yes. And out of the 15, as you follow up with your sponsor, 5 will enroll. So this is probably my favorite tracking form, which I'll stop now and put it in here. Track your activity. Okay, that's my favorite tracking form. Okay. All right, let's get back. All right, so there's that. Okay, so all of this is on here. The reason I'm going through this is because I feel like sometimes people are like, oh, it's right there. It's great. I'll get to it later. No, we're doing it together now. Okay, presenting tools. Tools for presenting. What's the first thing we recommend? Live presentation. Where do you find live presentations? On the team calendar. Where do these start? It's every Monday, we do a global showcase. Wednesday, we do a wellness Wednesday. Thursday, we do a team showcase. And every Wednesday night, we do a Spanish one. There's 4 opportunities, 3 in English, 1 in Spanish, every single week that you should be doing what? Inviting people to. Okay. You want to make sure you're inviting people to each one of those events every single week because you give them choices. I've got a Zoom call Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Which works best for you? Right? You're giving them a choice. Right? But I really need you to put eyes on this business for me. I need you to take a look and then you can tell me no. Pre-recorded. I've got this virtual launch script that you can invite them to. We do have a few pre-recorded presentations hyperlinked below that can be shared. They don't include the new Kinetic yet. The latest one, you're going to find it on our YouTube channel. And this is the personal virtual. So this is if you were to schedule or book an actual call with me to share. You can do that on the calendar tool. And then you can also send tools from your app. Okay, so you'll want to go through here. I know I'm kind of skimming through this for time, but the reason is if you go to YouTube, okay, we have a channel called Legacy Makers Team, all capital, Legacy Makers Team. Okay, if you go in there, you're going to see this little pink button. It's like a little sunset ocean wave. You're going to come in here and you're going to see all of the recent presentations that can be shared. So let me see, where did I just do that last one? It was on a live. It was a live, like we're doing a live right now on here. Where is it? Welcome to 3, a business overview. This is the latest presentation. I just did this one and it includes Kinetic. Okay. And you would just click share here, copy the link. Now, guess what, my friends? If you have a paid version of the 3 app, you can actually embed this.
Alrighty. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Adrienne Carbonell and I am so excited to be your host tonight. Welcome to the world of 3. We stand for 3 things: people, purpose, pause.
Okay. But you might have a favorite one that you want to share somewhere else as well. Okay. So let me get back to the Zoom. All right. So in here, this is the most recent opportunity presentation in English. Okay, there you go. All right, so that you can share, you can embed that onto your phone link, however you guys want to do it. Okay, so there's that one. That is that you could send a presentation today. If you're like, hey, I would really appreciate if you took a look at this. Why would I try to add it to your phone app where it says add media link? Is because if you send it to a contact that way, as soon as they open it, it's going to tell you that they're taking a look. Yes? So then now you're not guessing, even if you send the YouTube link, that's fine. But you want to know if they're actually looking at it, right? So that's why I would take and copy and paste that and I would embed it into your phone app. Okay. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. Okie doke. Here we go. We're going to get back to sharing here. Okay. So that is our YouTube calendar, global showcase, 3 talking points, scripts, tracking form, level up tracking form, and presentations. Okay, so now the next piece of this is to book a personal Zoom. Now, this is important. I would be happy to do a presentation for you one-on-one. I do like them to have seen maybe a little something before, like maybe a general product overview of the products. Usually if you can send them a Dr. Dan video, I like them to have seen a little bit of something before you schedule a virtual launch. Now, virtual launch, you could schedule your own personal launch call with me or George every single week. If you're like, I've got a specific group of people, or I have a health professional I really want you to talk to, I need you to do a presentation for me, you would book that on the calendar right there. Okay, you'd pick the day that works best for that person. Let's say it's Friday the 15th. You can put it in your time zone. Let's say you're, I don't know, mountain time. Okay. And we're gonna do it at 12 p.m. because that's what time the doctor's free for his lunch break. You're gonna come in here, you're gonna put your personal information, not the doctor's, your information. I need to know which leader I'm meeting with. That's you, right? I'm going to meet with you. And then you're going to tell me, right? Meeting with Dr. Bob. He is a PT. He's a physical therapist. He has viewed general overview and has questions. Overview, right? Overview and has questions. Or it could be we're doing a marketing call with his front desk staff or something, right? Like whatever it is, you guys just, I know I'm not typing well. Whatever it is, put it in there. Make sure you receive the text confirmation. It's still this Zoom link that you're on right now. And then you would click schedule event down here and it's going to send you a reminder and a link. Okay. But that's that. If you need a connect call, oh, taking me all the way back through. Okay, if you need a connect call, like you just have a quick question for a quicker call, you would schedule here. 30-minute connect call. For a presentation, you need at least 45 minutes minimum. Okay, it's about 30 minutes to do the presentation, 15 with Q&A at the end. So that's why you would book the virtual launch. Alrighty. Okay, so now, all right, next thing is links to online presentations. Again, this is going to come in here and bring you back to the team calendar. It's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Asia Pacific, Spanish every Wednesday. So those are the places that you can find those. Okay, that's that. Follow-up, you're going to use the follow-up guide. What's the follow-up guide? What is a connect call? If you're brand new, don't do calls by yourself yet. Not because we don't think you're qualified, but because it helps to have another professional on with you. It helps to have your mentor or somebody who brought you in to be able to help guide you and answer questions. So don't be afraid, in other words, that you might not have all the answers to where to find the information that your guest needs to know. So that's why you bring in a third party, and you got to be really good at edification. Like if I'm bringing Kimberly Starr on, and Kimberly Starr has been very successful in this industry, and let's say I'm talking to a gal that came from a like Mary Kay company, and I know she came from that, then I would bring her on, and I would really boost her ego up there, not to boost her ego, but to create credibility for the other person on the call. So if I say, Kimberly Starr is amazing, she has been in network marketing for over 20 years, she's considered a master connector in network marketing, she's built multiple 6- and 7-figure income earners, I would do that, and then I would literally be quiet. I would shut up and I would let her take over the call and help answer any questions that that person who just saw that presentation might have. Okay, so there's that book. You can also book a follow-up, closing scripts, how to overcome objections. This is something we hear a lot of people asking the same questions over and over again, like what I don't have the time, or I don't have the money, or is this a pyramid scheme, or don't MLMs have a bad reputation, or I've had a bad experience with an MLM before, or I don't have time for network marketing, right? Or I don't have time to right? I don't have the money to get started. You guys, the main objections are in here. I highly suggest you use this as a resource. Okay, you use this as a resource because there's a lot of the questions that you might be asked are already have been answered in this document. And this is by Eric Worre, who wrote a book called Go Pro in Network Marketing: How to Become a Professional Network Marketer. So you want to think about, oh, I don't know what happened here, that there are only two types of people. Right? There's either people who with limiting self-limiting beliefs or limiting beliefs about network marketing. So those are the things you're going to overcome the most. And then as far as the enrollment form, you can print out enrollment forms here, send a welcome letter right here. We highly recommend you send a welcome letter once they jump on board. Onboarding, yes, invite them back, and team calendar. So this is the 5-point recruitment, right? It's cyclical. Yeah. Every single person you talk to, you're going to take them through 5 steps, right? And right? You're going to share your story. You're going to connect with somebody on your list, share your story, invite them to take a look at something, present to them, follow up, repeat the process, right? To shorten it, you're really connecting, presenting, and following up on a regular basis. And the first part is you just getting organized and getting it together with your story. And the last part is making sure you send them the appropriate materials. But steps 2 to 4 are repetitive on a daily basis. That's what that DMO is, that daily method of operation. Okay, so that is that, my friends. Now, I'm going to do this. What I would say is George has a really great compensation plan video on how to rank advance in the company. So if you came on to learn more about the compensation plan, I would say you should definitely watch one of those. It's on our YouTube channel, as well as I have one on how to rank advance to 3-star and why it's important to rank advance to 3-star. So you want to send that to the person who invited you on. And let me see if I can hyperlink those. We can go from there. But at the basis, I really already went through it with you. You've got to become a qualified brand ambassador. You've got to start by getting your 2 right away. And that's the whole basis of all this. If you built a team 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, you'd be a multi-millionaire if that's all you ever did. Okay. So let me get back in here to, I think it was a live that we did the other day. And it was on how to rank advanced to 3 stars right here. And George Rui's pay plan is right here. So this is George going through the pay plan. Pause, okay, because it's loud. I will share that copy and we will put that in here. This is the compensation plan training, and that is a in-depth overview of the compensation plan, okay? In depth. So by that, I mean, if you have really deep questions, but if you don't have your 2 yet, there's no point in watching that yet. I mean, you can if you want to, but you need to work with the person to get your first 2 people before you like really engage further, because you need to have a base understanding of that. Okay, and then you want to go for 3-star. And 3-star is where it is at. That is where it's the first rank in the company that you're building a foundation for success off of. So you might have to get through, there's a few shares at the beginning of this. I think about 10, 15 minutes in is where the planning starts. Path to 3-star. Okay. That's where you'll want to do that. Okay. Any questions for me right now about anything we went over? Or do you want me to do path to 3-star? I just wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt here. We've been on for an hour, and usually we do an hour, hour and a half, but I just want to make sure if there's anyone on here who would like me to run through either the compensation plan or the path to 3-star.
Okay, say somebody has a job and kids. Wouldn't it be more important to do their names list before you go into the wallet type stuff?
Yeah, I would just say, who do you know?
Right.
Yeah, when you started 3, what got you excited? That's what I would say. What got you excited about 3? Help them develop their story and then help them write out their names list so that you can just start connecting. Because the biggest thing you can do is get into the connecting, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. We do have a request for doing path to 3-star. Okay. So, and thank you, Mei Ling. I'm glad that you found this beneficial. All right. So let me get into the path to 3-star. I will run through that. Great question, Janet. Yes. The most important thing you can do is get somebody into action. Okay. Where is my presentation? Oh, I know where it is. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's go through path to 3-star because it is going to walk you through that process. Path to 3-star. Okay, so 3-star is that bigger rank, because it's a foundational rank in our company, because it's the only time where the company requires you to place people pretty evenly or distributed a little bit better, both left and right teams in your organization. Because again, we only build 2 sales teams of people, right? A left team and a right team. So they're asking you to place at least 2 to 3 down one leg and 2 to 3 down the other side, so that you're able to build off of a more balanced foundation for the future. So that's why this is a significant rank. Not to mention it opens up the door to pretty much everything as far as income. All right, let me know when you can see these slides. Okay, all right. Okay, hopefully you guys can see these. So your path to 3-star, developing yourself and your team. Okay, so why 3-star? Okay, so the real magic starts at 3-star. It's a foundational milestone that unlocks the full earning potential of your 3 business 3 levels deep. Now we get paid 7 generations. We get paid unlimited in the binary, and on the match we get paid 7 generations. So it's going to open up the first 3 generations. The first major step towards building sustainable full-time income. And it's not just about achieving success, it's about leading by example. You want to become a 3-star as fast as possible so that you can develop other 3-stars and get to the 6 and 7-figure incomes, right? What's better than $500 A month, $500 a week. What's better than $500 a week? $1,000 a week. What's better than $1,000 a week? $2,000 a week. What's better than $2,000 a week? $5,000 a week. How many of you guys would like to earn 20K per month? Okay. All right. So it's not just about achieving success, it's about leading by example. So where leadership is born and legacy income begins. In other words, you're developing duplication. We have a saying in this industry, it says duplicate or die. And that's not my favorite thing because it's like, what? But it's true. You need to duplicate leadership. So you must become a leader by becoming a 3-star and then develop other 3-star leaders. So I'm going to lay it out for you linearly like this, because this is the way that it reads both in the binary and in the level match, the check match. Okay, so we get paid in a binary compensation plan, meaning we build 2 legs, left and right team. On our check match, we get paid in a unilevel, which takes each individual leader like they're their own franchise, and it counts all of the volume that that one person produces. So if you come into this to become a 3-star, you need a total of 3,600 PGV. That's personal group volume. That's everybody that you've personally brought on board and who they bring on board. PGV is personal group volume, the entire group, both left and right. No more than 600 CV. CV stands for customer volume. That's what that customer or that person's ordering, okay? Per enrolled legs, L1s. In other words, anyone I personally bring on board. If I enroll Janet, she's my L1. If I enroll Colleen, she's my L1. If I enroll Carolina, she's my L1. If Carolina enrolls Kimberly, Kimberly is my L2, right? But I personally enrolled Carolina, so she's my L1. But Carolina enrolled Kimberly. Kimberly's my L2. If Kimberly enrolls Melissa, Melissa's my L3. Okay, you with me? All right, so now what the company says is not only can you not have more than 600 customer volume count towards this position, but no more than 900 CV on each left and right legs. So in other words, 600 CV per L1, and you need at least a minimum of the 3,600, 900 CV left and right. So what's that? If you have 900 on the left and 900 on the right, that's 1,800 CV between left and right. You're halfway there because your total PGV requires 3,600 PGV, so 1,800 more. So how do we want to look at this? How do we want to skin this cat? I say you enroll 6 people or more, 6 people who enroll a few people. If you enroll 6 people who become QBA, qualified brand ambassador, you'll definitely have it. Okay, because if you put 3 on your left leg and 3 on your right leg and you start balancing out, so we've got 3 L1s on the left, see here, and 3 L1s on the right. Okay, I probably should put names above these like Bob, Sue, Rachel, George, John, Paul, whatever, right? Okay. So, you could go through it that way, but here you are, minimum of 100 CV ordered as a QBA, 60 CV, and you enroll 3 personals on your left and 3 personals on your right. But now out of this, each one of them comes on with a pro collection pack, right? 600 CV, 600 CV. It's really 1,000. So you're getting paid on the full 1,000, but only 600 is counting per person, right? Because remember, it says no more than 600 CV per personally enrolled leg. So that's 600, 600, and this person enrolled a 200-point pack. Is that okay? Yes, still counts, right? 600, 600, and 2, 6 plus 6 is 12, 13, 14. But that 200 CV person duplicated already with 2 other people that came on board in their team with 200 CV. So 200, 200. So now we have what? 2, 4, 6. So now we have 6 plus 6 is 12. We've got 1,800 over here. Because why? PGV. PGV. Okay. Over here, it's the same thing. We had this person came on with a pro collection pack. This person came on with a larger order. This one came on with a pro collection pack. So now we're again 1,200 plus 4 plus 2. This 400 CV person enrolled just one with 200 CV. Again, PGV. The whole group totals 1,800. So now you're a 3-star because you have 1,800 on one leg, 1,800 on another leg, essentially. And the total group is producing over 3,600 PGV, both left and right. So that's what makes you a 3-star. Let me show you some other ways. It might look more like this in your back office. Remember that visual tree I showed you at the beginning? At the visual tree, this is the way that it looks in the binary. So you have 3 down your left leg, 3 down your right leg. And those total orders between both left and right, let's say they've enrolled some people too, they total 1,800 and 1,800 they total 3,600, 1,800 from one leg, 1,800 from another leg. no more than 600 per person. Okay. Now, the fastest way to do this would be to follow a bonus program that we have that we offer called Core 3. Core 3 is where you bring on 3 brand ambassadors and their orders total 1,000 CV. So if you were to do Core 3 both left and right and help bring up those order baskets to more than 1,000 CV, or in other words, 1,800, you would have what? 3-star. So it's really simple, and they pay you an additional bonus to do this. So you're going to get these bonuses regardless, right? Because you're doing Core 3. Essentially, you're personally bringing on 3 people on your left, 3 people on your right. Those orders are totaling 1,800, not just 1,000. That's Core 3. You get a $100 bonus every time that happens. So when you do that, now you've just earned an extra $200 on top of your commissions. You guys, if you do this right, I don't want to say if, when you do this right, you'll have made back your investment. Anyone here come on with a Pro Collection pack? It's a $2,800 pack. It's your entire business in a box for the year. You're not required to order anything else. $2,800 all in to build a 6-figure income. And you're eating your overhead, right? It's kind of phenomenal. I love the Pro Collection pack for that reason. It sets you up for an entire 11 months or 12 months from time, 11 months from time of ordering. So 12 months total. So if you guys enroll with that, remember what you enroll with is what you're going to promote and share. So the bigger the pack that you've ordered, the more invested you are, the more likely you are to help others be that invested. So what will happen is you guys, you're going to go out and you're going to earn that pack back. You're going to earn at least $3,000 doing this Core 3 in that way. Left, right, you're going to make at least $3,000 back. At minimum, $2,800. If they order a little less, $2,500. Are you okay with earning an extra $3,000 this month? If it means paying off your pack, great. If you didn't come in with a big pack, are you still okay with earning an extra $3,000 this month? Yes. And we just started August. So for those of you guys who are here right now, like you're just beginning this month, understanding this and really implementing it is where it's at. Okay. So Core 3 twice, one on the left side, one on the right side. You guys just keep going. Okay. So that's really what it looks like. So week 1, it might look something like this. This is a fast track for success here. I like to execute, right? I like to produce and execute. So execution must be key here. So how do we execute? On your first week, you want to enroll or sponsor at least a minimum of 2 new BAs with 600 CV with the Pro Collection pack, or with just a pack or better. Are we upset if they don't enroll with the Pro Collection? No, we're just going to keep going, right? Okay, week 2, you're going to do it again. Sponsor 2. Week 3, what are you going to do? You're going to do it again. Sponsor 2 with a minimum of 600 CV. And you, my friends, are going to have 3-star in the back, in the back. So I love this plan, this path, because it's easy to execute. If you just go 2 by 2 by 2, you're going to have your Core 3. You're absolutely going to have your Core 3, but just go 2 by 2 by 2. 2 in the first week, 2 in the second week, 2 in the third week. By the end of the month, you're following up with any other people that you went through. So if you go through an entire Project 100 to get these 2, right? Or you're doing that tracker form 30 once a week, how many you're going to have? You're going to have more than 2. If you follow that tracker form 30, you invite 30 people to take a look every single week. 15 say yes to taking a look. You get them on actual Zooms and follow up with them with your mentor. You're going to have 5 people enroll per week, not just 2, 5. And even if out of the 5, only 2 enroll that week, you're still doing it. Do you see how I'm wanting to get the numbers work with you, right? This is happening for you. The reason we have the tracker form 30 and all those things is because we want this to happen for you. The more success you create, the more money we all make. So we want you to be successful. Contrary to other businesses I've been in, especially in sales and marketing, I would only want my sales and marketing team to win. Here, I want everybody to win because I get paid off of everything that comes underneath me, regardless of depth. So the better you understand this path moving forward and you start implementing, the more money you're going to make and the more people you're going to support and help. So really, this is about sharing the mission of 3, which is how to help people be happier and healthier using high quality products with an e-commerce business attached to it. That's what this is. Here's some beautiful leaders that have done it. I want you to take a look at their backgrounds though. 3-star elite, former corporate America. Yes, she's a networker. Nicole Barone, pharmaceutical sales rep, certified health coach, network marketer. Okay, Mari Maleo, school teacher, personal trainer, boot camp instructor, network marketer. Kimberly Starr, engineer, corporate America, network marketer. Shannon Schmidt, communications and technology, business owner, network marketer. What do these beautiful women have in common? They're go-getters, They've had business experience. They eat no for breakfast. I'll tell you that. Every single one of these gals will eat no for breakfast, right? I'm pretty sure as a school teacher, Mari Maleo has been told no a million times by 1,000 snotty-faced kids. For an adult to say she's not interested does not bother her at all. She's like, great, I'll roll you down to next week. I'll call you next week. I'm going to send you some information for next week, right? If you want to jump on it, you can't make it this week. That's okay. We have calls next week, right? So they're consistent. Their approach is consistent and they've nailed it. They know how to help people win. They understand like what it means for when somebody says no to them, they know it means K-N-O-W. I don't know enough to say no to you, so I'm going to keep going. Right? They're going to find the next person. They're going to say something like, tell me yes, tell me no, tell me quick, I got to go because I'm on to the next person. Right? I'm blanketing my approach. I'm not going to put a Band-Aid on my own personal results. I'm going to put a blanket around myself, a blanket of protection. So that's why they talk to so many people, because they're putting a blanket of protection around themselves and their families by talking to so many people. That's how they're making the income. All right. So challenge to you, how many 3 stars will you develop in the next 90 days? And if you're brand new, I'm still talking to you because you're going to be 1. Can you do 1 more? Can you and your sister become 3 stars together in the next 30 days? Yes. Can you and your best friend become 3 stars in the next 30 days? Yes. Can you and your brand new business partner become 3 stars in the next 90 days? Yes. You're going to run together. Woo, we're on the fast track together. Okay. All right. So that is that. Let me stop sharing. Okay. Hopefully that was super helpful. Yes. Eat no for breakfast. It would be appropriate for you to eat no for breakfast and not take it personally. It's like if you told your grandkid they couldn't have a cookie till 5 p.m. and the whole day they kept saying, but I want a cookie, but I want a cookie. And you're like, no, 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 no. Are eventually you going to give the grandkid a cookie? Probably. You said after dinner, right? It's been the whole day. They've been waiting for this cookie. Some of you guys need to remember you're like the little kid, okay? Eventually, if you keep asking, you're going to get the cookie, okay? So it's the same thing. You're the kid in this scenario, all right? So when you're out there talking to people, your job is to present. Your job is to share what we have, share your 30-second story, present, follow up with an upline leader until you become a 3-star. All right, that is our training today, an hour and 20 minutes. I'm excited that hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Any questions? Any questions for me? We ran through the system together on the Our Legacy Maker site. You have the path to 3-star. Okay. We went through the basics. Super fantastic, Adrian. Okay, good. I feel good now. Thank you. All right. So, okay, my friends, let's go out. Let's develop 3-star leadership, starting with yourself. If you've been a 3-star and you need to pop back to 3-star, do it. Do it for you first. Put your oxygen mask on first. Okay. Go back to 3-star. Do it again. How many times? Do it again. Do it again. You can't do it enough. You should be attempting to go 3-star on a monthly basis in your business. It's not just like, you don't just like arrive at 3-star and you're done. You become a 3-star and you develop 3 stars, not just for yourself, but yourself again every single month. Okay. That's how you're going to win the trips, the cruises. That's how you're going to go to the Maldives. That's how you're going to rank advance, is by becoming a 3-star over and over and over again. All right, my friends, you've got this. I believe in you. If you need anything, please reach out. That's what the Book with a Mentor calls are for. And we'll go from there. All right. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you later. Bye.